My name is Larry Crocker. I live at 2135 Zika Avenue Northwest. Tonight I did a prepared statement. Usually I rant and wander, but tonight I decided just to get my thoughts together. Actually, I spent most of the week getting my thoughts together. So with your permission, Council and Mr. Prosser, I would certainly like to read it. Today I have in my possession a copy of a storm water management study that was performed by Howard Green concerning the water runoff issues north of Zika Avenue. The study was requested by the City of Cedar Rapids and started in September of 2008 and was completed in December of 2008. Here's a photocopy showing the recommended changes that were proposed by Howard Green. The estimates of the cost to implement are about $60,000. If the council wants to see copies, I'm certain, I spoke to Kenny Kaisers in the audience tonight. He was the engineer that was involved in this project, and I'm sure he can provide you the entire study. Last week's meeting, Justin Shields said the proposed improvements had been placed on the budget. Garmin Homes subsequently reduced the number of homes on the original project from 67 to 61. There were protected plant life, wetland issues, required on-site mitigation. However, it appears as though once it became apparent that Solomon Grove, the original development, wouldn't materialize, it was pulled out of the budget. Now there's a new development of 81 homes proposed by this property by High Development named Sugar Creek. Mr. High has agreed to pay for the stormwater management solutions as recommended in the Howard Green report with the city's approval. This is great. The city saves $60,000, the developer's expense, problem goes away. So everything appears fine up to this point. However, on August 26th, council meeting, Monica asked Dave Elgin twice if he knew particulars of the study. Because it seemed that $60,000 was a bargain, actually really inexpensive to solve such a serious problem that had been portrayed by the neighbors and agreed with Mr. Winnicke and Mr. Shields and Mr. McGrain, and felt the situation needed to be dealt with regardless of a development or not. The best part's yet to come. No one seemed to be sure of the particulars of this study, neither Dave Elgin, Vern. I stood here and heard the question asked twice about what they knew was in the study. Silence, I guess nobody really knew. Late Friday, 2 days after the meeting, I had in my hand a Howard Green report comprised of 13 pages of data, 10 pages of photos. To my amazement, the study was based on the revised home plat for Solomon Grove that was done in 2008, not on the 81-home Sugar Creek development as Darrell High had proposed. Everybody was led to believe that the study was current. The fact had never been pointed out in any of these meetings. Perhaps it was a fact that there was an increase of 33% more homes going in on this development. So more homes, more roofs, more driveways, less green space. Certainly going to increase the stormwater runoff, and I guess we're to assume that 33% in homes might be managed by the new proposed solution from Howard Green for 61 homes, but I don't know the protected project action that's going to correct it will need to be changed or not. I would propose the council would introduce a resolution to place on hold the Sugar Creek development till a new or revised study is performed and base your acceptance or denial on the results of the new study. This will go a long way to reestablish the credibility of the council, since the city manager, the development department, and the developers and many others all knew the study was based on a different development when they discussed it on July 7th at a staff meeting. The meeting was touched upon in August 5th council when Dick Ransom from Hall and Hall, he talked about it. We talk about hoops developers must jump through. Councilman Posamick was correct, and the developers failed to jump through one of the first hoops, being denied at the City Planning Commission on June the 23rd. From that point on, I feel we could certainly deviate from the standards that we set and the criteria that we tell developers, because obviously one of these standards that we require, that was density or water runoff issues that hadn't been adequately dealt with, is why the Planning Commission turned the proposal down in the first place. So when an advisory commission rejects a project, I feel like Tom, that we can vary the standards we set up and ask for anything better. When a developer chooses to pursue a development after they fail to jump through a hoop, I feel he's on his own, and better than minimum may certainly be asked for. This is an environmentally sensitive area, and minimizing development's impact is just not good enough. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.